developers went in there and were testing things. Somebody went in and tried A/B testing, left the page up. So you've got yoursite.com, you've got yoursite.com/index.html, yoursite.com/ASPX, ASP, PHP. Potentially you could have as many as you want on there. That's all duplicate content. A couple problems with that. Google's gonna nail one of them to de-index it, maybe the primary one that you want to rank. For whatever reason, it's where you have your traffic code. But more serious implications are if you have backlinks coming to multiple URLs, which will happen if somebody, I've had sites that will switch from HTML to PHP, especially in e-commerce. Just the transition of shopping carts and the way that things work and making it work quicker and better. Most of the shopping carts out there, even the custom and bespoke ones, will work that way, will work the same way. The problem is you've got all these links going back to your .com, you've got .com/HTML or index/HTML. I did a search. If you do a link, :space, and your URL, it'll show you the backlinks that Google sees. Well, the backlinks that Google shows you is only about 7 or 8% of what Google actually sees. It's only publishing that percentage of it. So this site had about 1,100 backlinks on its .com. It had 1,300 on its .com/index.html. So what we did was we put a 301 redirect, and all those links then went to that site where they should have been in the first place. Since they were strong links that Google was already showing, I knew that they would all show up in Google because they were already showing. That's a major impact. They had a big influence on ranking this site for some very high keywords. So that's one of the main things I like this tool for, is I can see all your URLs immediately. But it does all kinds of that stuff. All your titles, you can sort it. See all the duplicate titles? That needs fixed. Duplicate meta descriptions, duplicate H1 tags, duplicate H2 tags. This is all on-page stuff. And it's 10% of SEO, but it's one of the most important things about SEO. You don't want to spend money on content or on building these sites with products on them, then having 75% of your pages washed out with search results because it's duplicate content, whether it's internal duplicate content or whether it's duplicate content you pulled off somebody else's site. The difference is if you pull it off somebody else's site, it'll never come back. If it's duplicate content on your site, if it changes a little bit, then that will work. What else? Canonical, how many people know what canonicalization is? Okay. Let's see. When you do a 301 redirect, basically what you're telling Google is, I don't want anything to go to this page, I want to go to that page. A big problem that you have in e-commerce is that Google doesn't know what page you're talking about when you have anchor text on different pages for the same item. I see this a lot in e-commerce because the way that the search queries and databases are set up is that they'll search for clothing, weddings, blouses, designer, this and that, to narrow down what product out of the 100,000 you can carry, right? Well, because of old programming, old shopping carts, and some lazy coders, to be fair, what's happened is you have multiple paths going to multiple pages. It creates the page based on the query. So when they pick all those colors, it's going to pull that page in. But you can get to that page a lot of different ways. Well, Google, that confuses them. So they see multiple pages with the same content because all keywords, the same keywords are pointing to the same page. Canonicalization is basically going into Webmaster Central, going into Webmaster Tools and telling them that this is a canonical page. So if they go to this page, this is the actual page I want them to go. So it's a different technique of redirect, just like the 301. The canonical I prefer. It's just easier to do. I really, if you don't know what optimization is, you do e-commerce, you need to look at that, because duplicate content is probably one of the biggest problems I see with e-commerce retailer sites. Especially XML feeds with no description, XML feeds with competitor descriptions that everybody's using, including competitors. It's a real mess out there if you have an old shopping cart. Or shopping cart doesn't think about an SEO, what we can build. And screaming from, and that. Market Samurai. Market Samurai does, a lot of these tools will overlap, they'll do things that I want to do. I'm just telling you, as I said at the beginning, what I use the tools for. My rank tracker that I use is called Rank Tracker. A company by the name SEO Power Suite. They offer 4 different bundled packages for for website analysis, for backlink assistant, that sort of thing. What I use them for is a rank tracker, because I can run it, because I target internationally, the globe. I can run it on every single search engine in every single country as if I were in that country. And it comes back with the ranking, it tells you the album went down, it's went down. That's rank tracker. This has a rank tracker as well. I don't use SEO competition is good if you're trying to get a niche term. Monetization. I don't use published content. Again, like Scrapebox, you can use it to publish content to your blogs. A lot easier, a lot quicker, instead of log in and log out all the time. AdWords, it has a plugin where it'll monitor AdWords. I've been using the beta version, it's pretty cool, but they haven't come out with the road or the public version yet. Keyword research, there's a bunch of them out there. I think it's using Google's API or potentially keyword discovery, which is another software program or site that we use to pick keywords out. Domains, I do use it for this. I want to look for expired domains that have my keywords in it, because if they have content on it and I can pick up that site for cheap, I'm going to buy it. I spend, for gaming links, I can spend £1,000 a year on gaming links. If I go out there and buy a site for £500 from disgruntled, unsuccessful affiliate that has worked on his blog for a year, I bought sites that people put £50,000 into, and it just didn't work. They just wanted to get out from under and retire. $1,500, $2,500. So this will also search out domains that are available, but GoDaddy do that. There's several tools for that. I do like this one though, because it gives you facilities to buy everything else all in one package. Find content. You can use find content, you can use e-sign articles. Main thing is, this all goes back to latency and indexing. I wouldn't scrape articles, I write your own. You need to hire somebody to write your own, even if it's just descriptions. Somebody that knows the local salt, or the local pronunciation, local words, slang, for instance. I employ content writers all over the world, for every language you can think of. Promotion, I'll skip it. But if you can identify domains that have had relative content on it, you can go back in Wayback Machine or archive.org. You can find out what was on that site in 1996, 2001, whatever. If you don't want to buy a site that had porn or RS, medication on it, pills, which is those are frowned upon. Like tool number 11, Majestic SEO. Majestic looks at all backlinks. It's probably the best tool out there. It's probably the best database of backlinks. Better than Google, better than Yahoo, search. Of course, Yahoo doesn't have that anymore. Site, whatever it was called. So this will actually tell you all the links that are showing to your site and your text. If somebody uses SEO, they try to Google bowl you or get your site penalized. This is a good tool. It looks at all the links in a fresh index as of the last 48 or 72 hours. So you can look at all the backlinks and look at all the anchor text. You can use this and find out if somebody is doing that to you. Take screenshots, ask Google for re-inclusion, which wear your hat on, take a picture of yourself, send a screenshot off and say, competitor, who went after me. I mean, that happened. BMW, if you heard about that a few years back, they hired an SEO company, they built a bunch of crap links, Google de-indexed BMW. Not penalized them, took them out completely. So they recovered. So there is ways to recover if that happens. The other thing that Majestic SEO does, it'll search out and rank the SEO elements of a site and tell you what the good and bad backlinks are. Save you some time. I don't want to go after bad backlinks that aren't worth anything. Certainly don't want to pay for them. SEO Moz is another tool that does the same thing. They use their own little algorithm and they'll grade it by numbers. Higher the number, the more valuable the backlink. What's the other one? Majestic, so everybody uses Majestic's information. They use their API basically to populate, like SEO Moz and all the big companies out there. It's the purest set of information from backlinks that you can find out there. So let's go to the next one. I'll think what the last one is.
You recommend more Majestic SEO than SEO Moz?
Well, they both do two different things. SEO Moz looks at a lot of different ranking elements. And I'll take this opportunity for Cosmo, right? This guy over here, he's got this thing called silkweb that showed me. I met him last month in Romania. I think because he built it here in his local, he's looking at these things on top of ours. I think anybody that wants to know their social media saturation, their links, their anchor text, on page, off page, all this stuff I'm talking about in a free tool, run it real quick. Oh, wait a minute, we haven't talked about it first much yet. So, never mind. It's hungry, but just not funny. I would give it this guy, it's called silkweb. Yeah, I think it's a great program. I just saw it yesterday, haven't been able to play with it, but it does what SEO Moz does. And I think it does it better, pulls more information in. Now, if I'm looking for raw data, and I want to know exactly, if I'm monitoring backlinks, I've got somebody in-house or externally building me links, and I'm paying them, I'm going to verify those links are there with that tool, because it's very fresh, and it'll get you the most up-to-date backlinks. You'll be able to find out if they're being lazy, using the same anchor text over and over, which will eventually penalize you because of the penguin update, getting into it. You can use it to monitor. They're both cheap. I mean, some of these are free, some of them are cheap. I don't think any of them, I use link research tools, I use search metrics. Both of those are very expensive, but they're just over what you need right now. These are very cheap tools that you can use. For just about anything that you can do SEO, in terms of SEO. Okay, get back here. SEO Power Suite. Also this URL that I have down here, PPC Manager. If you go to that, if you search under the post that has the presentation, if you search under it, I've got a dozen links down there with links to all these tools. Some of them have discounts, some of them don't. Some of them are affiliate links. So, might even have a broken link in here, I don't know. But they're there. They'll also be in the white paper. These are the 4 products they offer. Rank Tracker, which I mentioned earlier. Every search engine everywhere in the world. Literally this software literally updates every single time I log into it every day. So it's the best software out there for rank tracking. Website auditor is just going to look at the on-page elements of your site, basically what silkweb does. But this isn't free. I'll eventually figure this out. SEO Spyglass, that'll look at competitor backlinks, anchor text. These are all tools that you're going to look at certain ones and you're going to love them, other ones you're not going to understand. Your best bet's to get in there. Almost every single one of them have free trials. So every single thing I'm showing you now has a free trial. You can get in there and find out what it does. Then you have Link Assistant, which will keep track of links, doing your own link building, tell you whether it's in place or it's not in place, whether you need to re-email them, that sort of thing. I've never used one of those, but some people I swear by it. Okay, so we have 15 minutes for 36 more. Top 12 tips. Tip one, target misspellings right now. Google stopped doing misspellings a while back, remember that? So whenever you search for something, it comes up with, we need results for this, because we think that's what you meant. Or, do you want the search for your search term, or if not, we give you the results we think you want. So now they're making your mind up for you. Well, now they flip back for whatever reason. There are tools out there that you can use for misspelling. Just look for misspelling, keyword misspelling. It's free. Pop your URL in there, pop a keyword term in there. You can't, it'll spin it for you. It'll tell you missed keys combination. It'll tell you wrong key combinations, like the key sitting next to the one that they were supposed to type. I did a 5-letter word, and I think it spun it into, gosh, I don't know, 40 or 50 different potential misspellings. You can't use them in AdWords. You won't rank. Well, I take that back. You will rank for the misspellings now, where before it would suggest a term that I thought that you meant. It doesn't work on all terms, but this is one of the best things. If everybody do it, everybody was doing it, or if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not that easy. It takes some testing, but that's probably one of my biggest tips, because I've seen it in action already working. There's a lot of misspellings, especially when you're a UK company targeting US players, bingo, or vice versa, or you start getting into other languages. So, next. Tip 2, prevent brand bidding by affiliates. Does anybody have affiliates that send them business? I hope by the end of the day I figure out who you guys really are. If you're not SEOs, you're not affiliates yet. You're killing me here. E-commerce and e-retailers, 40% of the business comes from affiliates. How can you not have affiliates? And that's a true statistic, 40%. I mean, I don't care if it's Marks and Spencer or if it's a big gaming company, 40% always comes from affiliate traffic. So one of the problems you have is you'll have brand bidding. Since you don't have affiliates, I'll skip over this quick, but basically, if a brand is trademarked, you can say, hey, you can't bid on that keyword and prevent them from doing it. Most companies that, like CyberBingo, I'll use that as an example, 90% of the business is coming off of brand searches. They're searching for CyberBingo. If they're searching CyberBingo, I want that client to show up in the top 10. I don't want an affiliate site to show up, so I'm going to tell that affiliate, you can't do brand bidding on AdWords. You can't use, well, you can probably use my name as a title. So you have to have like a squeeze page to get it from his site to my site. But I will prevent brand bidding. I wouldn't let them go into any paid advertising and target my brand. You target my product, bingo, or whatever, you can't target my brand. This will increase your traffic by 10 to 15% by eliminating the competition in AdWords by protecting your trademark. So you'll see here, there's only one result paid. There's only one result, number one. The difference is, if you have brand bidding, I've got some clients like 88 that somebody, if you want a brand, or bid on their brand 88, or put it in your search term, try and take some of the traffic, it's going to cost you five pounds per click. So very expensive, but there's people that will do it. The problem is, if he's paying $5, then how much money do I have to pay? A hell of a lot more. I should be able to run a brand campaign on my brand for 5 or 10p per click. And I should be the only one showing up for my brand. And bonus is, if you're also number one, which you usually are for your brand bid, that's going to increase your click-through rates by 15%. Being number one on paid and number one on organic. So if you're number one on organic, doesn't mean you shouldn't be running a paid search campaign for AdWords. It would be very cheap if you enforce brand bidding, 5, 10p, or pence or cents or whatever, and you'll be in the top 2 spots. The top spot in Google gets 40% of the traffic. Second position gets 12% of the traffic. So that's 52% of the traffic. So if you are number one on Google, get on AdWords, get number one, or the only product or the only company there, you'll increase your traffic. Does anybody have map pricing? Manufactured adjusted pricing? An example would be Oakley, sunglass company. You can't sell Oakleys for any discount. You buy them for exactly 50% of what you're going to sell them for. So if it's a $299 pair of glasses, you're going to buy it for $154.98 or whatever. If you sell it for under that, it's a violation of their map pricing, and they can pull the product from you. I was selling $12,000. I started out doing $200, and I had a dive shop because I was a scuba diver. I used to hang out and play with my man, and they were selling Oakleys, and I said, "Hey, look at this." Well, it went from $200 a month to $12,000 a month. I was shipping them everywhere because I was selling for half the market. So I was the only guy in the world selling $300 for $225. It just went off the hook. Of course, I ended up getting nailed because they saw the orders go up. Map pricing is when they say you have to sell it for a certain amount. I'm going to bust my competitors for doing that. And I found somebody else selling Oakleys at the time. Of course, I would have went off and it would have been worse. Would have been nuclear fallout. I would call Google and what's going on here? We're Oakley. But in this case, it would be Beal, and so I eventually did get penalized. But you know, in those situations, I kind of look at it like this: it's a lot easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. So they slapped my hands a few times and eventually realized I really was doing it. But during those month and a half, I sold at 15,000, made just a ton of money. You know, in the 6 figures for this company. And they still sell them. Tip 4. See, it never fails. Any questions real quick? Well, you gotta love it, man. Something else real quick. You know, I have a lot of affiliates that I meet at conferences and they ask for free SEO advice. I give it to them because they used to be a super affiliate and I know most of them. And I deal with most of the companies that they're affiliates for from an SEO standpoint. So I'm sort of like their advocate or their middleman. And they come to me often and say, you know, what's the next big thing out there? Or what should I be looking at? Because I'm doing video in the UK, there's 400 million people doing it, and I can't make any headway, can I? Well, I tell them 2 different things. So you guys know the mark, or not?